I know, like me being a Jamaican, me know the type of guy I am. To be honest, if I move in with her like that, skins is going to tear. Like you know what I mean? Hi guys, welcome to our YouTube channel. This is Akeen and my beautiful wife Jenn. Yeah, so we decided to start a YouTube channel and we decided to bring you guys on the journey. So yeah, I think we're gonna share with you guys how we met. You know what I mean? Yeah. So baby, you wanna start first?
Okay, so Akeen moved next to me, and I had a few things that I was selling, and I was trying to get him to buy it was like a big man desk chair, and I was like, oh, he's tall, maybe he might need a desk chair. Anyways, that was the first time we met.
Yeah, so I actually moved in as her neighbor, and yeah, she had some furnitures that she was trying to sell, and yeah, I weren't interested in the furniture, but right there and then I see something that I caught my interest in, and that was her teeth and her eyes, you know what I mean? Yeah. And another thing too, I'm a really clean guy, and their house was really clean. And I'm like, whoa, this lady is, you know what I mean? She's top. I like what I'm seeing, and you know what I mean? Right there and then I know I'm gonna try my luck. I never knew where it's gonna go, but I decided to try my luck, and yeah. So one day, yeah, so I think a couple days afterwards, I was cooking in my kitchen, in my new apartment that I get here in Canada. I'm cooking in my kitchen, and I heard her. She's playing her guitar and singing, and I'm like, wow, her voice is top also. It's like everything for this lady is top. So I hurried up and stopped cooking, and I went over there just to chit chat, because I know my intention at the time. And you know what I mean? The best thing she had done was to invited me in, and
wait, not right away. So my screen was across it was at my balcony door. We were on the bottom floor. So I was playing guitar and singing, and he came by, and I had chairs outside, so he pulled up and he started talking to me through the screen first. And
yes,
then
yes.
He seemed really nice and really honest, and like he didn't seem like he was gonna hurt me in any way, but maybe I'm a little too, I don't know,
What?
trusting, but he was fine. We're married now, so. But anyways, I let him in, and yeah, we just started talking, and I thought, wow, he's handsome, he smells
No,
good.
wait,
Yeah.
that wasn't it.
It's
So you
hard
know
to
what?
remember everything.
At first, she's like, wow, you smell so good. Like, you know what I mean? You're tall, you're nice, you're handsome, and you smell real good. You know what? I think you're a good fit for my daughter. And I'm like, I stopped it right there. I'm like, oh no. My interest is in you, not your daughter. You know what I mean? And then I started to tell her that, you know, for me personally, I always dated older women. You know what I mean? That's my journey. So I don't think I would be interested in your daughter. So said, so done. She was convincing me that it's her daughter, and I'm like, no, I don't think so. Anyways, she said, you know what, I'm going for my daughter. I think her daughter was at work or something, and she left and went for her daughter. And I went over there. She called me and she's like, oh, my daughter is here, you can come back now whatsoever. So I went back over there, and we chit chat about life and just life journey. And her daughter is the one who told her that, mom, this guy is not interested in me. This guy didn't show me any eye contact whatsoever. I'm looking straight into this guy's face, and he's not interested in me. You know what? I think you're the best fit for her. no, guys, you know what I mean? So it was a prize for me. I believe like this was a blessing sent from God, you know what I mean? And yeah. But
Yeah, and I was gonna say, so when we were talking, I was just kept looking away. Like I kept looking to see if he would put his eyes on my daughter to start talking. And every time I looked, he's still looking right at me. And I'm like, oh my God. So I kept looking away and I was like, no, there's no way. I cannot be with this man. But right away I had feelings, like right away. Even though he was so much younger than me, and that's not something I normally do, would be date someone so young. So in the beginning I was like, no. But we became really close, and something happened that made me really understand that, you know what, I want this man in my life. I need this man in my life. I can't live without him. I love him. So yeah, we made the choice in January, and then we got married in February of 2024.
yeah, but actually we dated like over 7 months before.
Yeah.
We even,
It was July.
you know what I mean? At first she asked me, you know what? At first she asked me, I think it was in the first week, she asked me to marry her, and I'm like, no, I don't think I'm ready for that. And you know what I mean? You know, you're young and you're just stubborn, and I think at the time, now you're looking back, you're like, wow, God really sent me my blessing, in which I was like never ready for, I think, or just not mature enough to accept that this was my blessing. Yeah, my wife asked me like in the first week to marry her.
I don't even remember that, but I believe you. But I totally do not remember.
Yeah. And I'm like, no, you know what? I don't think it's the right decision. And yeah, I waited seven months, I think. Yeah, and then popped back the question again, and yeah, this was it. She never hesitated. There wasn't nothing like that, you know what I mean? So sometimes you find your blessing in life, you just accept it. And yeah, that was our journey, I think.
We started out as friends. We did cooking videos. We went for drives. He helped me out a lot, like picked me up from work if, you know, my car wasn't going. I think I had an issue with my car or something, and picked me up from work and took me shopping for groceries, and always came over, and I always either made him something to eat or he made me something to eat. Yeah, so we just hung out for a while, and then we decided, yeah, we're gonna do this. And we decided to get married, mainly because, like, I know most people these days, they just kind of live together first and then see how it goes, and then possibly get married later. But me being a Christian, and I mean, what I mean by a Christian is I have a personal relationship with Jesus Christ. I am a worship leader. I take my role as a worship leader and a child of God. Like, first of all, before even a worship leader, like, I take my relationship with God very seriously. And you know, I wasn't, definitely not, and you didn't want to interrupt my journey and my walk with God either. So he was very understanding, and that was one of the things, besides the fact that he smelled really good and he was handsome. He also respected my my life and my journey and my walk with God. So I really respected that. He didn't force himself on me or anything like that. And we were just friends, and, we fell in love with each other. Lots of hugs and kisses and stuff like that. But, it was January, I believe. He said, I want to move in with you. And like, yeah, I want you to move in with me too.
Oh, no, babe. No.
What?
That was not how it go, guys. So let me explain to you guys.
Okay,
so
what?
It was a point where I had to move away from the apartment.
You said you didn't want to, though.
No, listen.
Okay.
So we had to move away from the apartment, and I got 2 apartments, and I called her and I'd be like, you know what? I'm going to move, and I got 2 apartments, so could you help me to choose one of them? And on the phone, she just sounds sudden about, why are you moving? Like, what are we doing? She's like, you know what? I'm here alone, living alone whatsoever. Just come and live with me. And right there and then I could feel it. And at the time, as I said, you know, you're young and you're like, he doesn't really want to be like committed to anything like that yet. So I took it, and I took, at the time I took into consideration that, and I'm like, okay, if that's what we're going to do, then you're a Christian, and you know what, I don't want to break your faith or anything. So I don't want to break your faith or anything. So I think it's best that we get married then, if we're gonna live this life together. That's what happened.
It's funny, you know, when you're 2 years later, how you have different, because I remember you calling me and saying, I had a dream last night and that you were my wife, and I thought about you all day today. So I want to ask you a question. It's a very special question. I was at work and you wrote me a text and you said, I have a special question to ask you. And you said, would you marry me? Because I don't want to. Yeah, because we had talked about you moving in as a friend. Yes.
It's coming now.
Yeah. We had talked about moving in, but as a friend, not as boyfriend and girlfriend or.
Yeah. But I know, like me being a Jamaican, me know the type of guy I am. To be honest, if I move in with her like that, Skins is going to tear. Like, you know what I mean? Skins is going to tear, and I didn't want to distract her journey or anything like that. So I'd be like, you know what? Let's get married. This way, no, you doesn't have to answer to God in any type of form or whatsoever. And yeah, this is us. This is us today. Yeah. So. Like,
and he picked the date, so he picked February 14th.
Yeah, I'll never forget, because I tend to forget a lot of stuff. So in this way, I'll never forget the date. You know what I mean? I'll never forget our anniversary, for sure. And you know what's special about this also, guys? She born on the 28th of January.
Right.
And I born on the 28th of May. So I'll never forget her birthday.
Right.
So what we're going to ask you to do for you guys to come along with our journey is to like the video, share out the video, and subscribe. You know what I mean? Because this is a new journey for us. Just like you're starting anything, this is a new journey for us, and we decide to give you guys good content. And yeah, just, you know what I mean, a little of this, a little of that. You never know. Some vlogs, whatsoever the case is, even some pranks, who knows?
Yeah, so please, like he said, subscribe, like, and share. And
peace out, guys.
We got more to come. God bless.
I say Ireland boss, I represent for Akeen and Jenn. And you know them YouTube channels, so I tell you no, I send you no, if you go like, share, comment, and subscribe. You know why? It's a winning season. The pass wasn't clear. No tables are turned with about half dozen cheer. You know what I mean?